Good morning, and welcome to your AIDailyPress morning podcast for May 15, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, tensions between the United States and China continue to escalate, with trade and security issues taking center stage in talks between Presidents Trump and Xi. The self-governing island of Taiwan remains a major flashpoint, with China claiming sovereignty and the U.S. providing diplomatic and military support. Our expert analysis suggests that finding common ground on these issues will be crucial for global stability and economic growth. In related news, the United Kingdom is grappling with internal conflicts within the Labour Party, which has led some MPs to question its survival as a political force. This turmoil comes at a time when the UK is navigating complex relationships with other nations, including the US and China, with significant implications for domestic policies, international trade agreements, and technological collaborations. Lastly, we're witnessing significant advancements in artificial intelligence, with nations competing to establish themselves as leaders in this domain. China is making strides in AI research and development, while the US is investing heavily in innovation. Meanwhile, Africa is recognizing the potential benefits and challenges posed by AI, with concerns about job impacts and digital sovereignty. And in a separate story, Cuba is facing significant economic challenges due to the U.S. embargo and declining relations with key trading partners, leading to shortages in essential goods like fuel and food. We'll continue to provide fair and balanced coverage of these stories, bringing you the latest updates and analysis as more information becomes available. And that's the way it is. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then she'll know what's right now. Firstly, we have an update on the Hantavirus outbreak in South America, where thousands of people may have been exposed. The Andes species of Hantavirus is responsible for the outbreak, and health officials are taking precautions to prevent its spread. We urge all travelers to affected areas to remain vigilant and take necessary precautions. Next, we're following the developments in Bolivia, where clashes between miners and police have erupted in the capital city of La Paz. The protests are demanding labor reforms, access to fuel, and expanded mining areas, and the situation remains tense. We'll continue to bring you updates as the situation unfolds. And finally, we're celebrating a significant recognition for former European Central Bank President Mario Draghi, who has been awarded the International Charlemagne Prize for his contributions to European unity and stability. The award comes at a time when Europe is facing new challenges, including the ongoing war in Ukraine and rising tensions between the EU and Russia. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, Microsoft's recent decision to lay off employees has sent ripples through the tech industry. While this move may be seen as a positive step towards increasing efficiency and reducing costs, it also raises concerns about the company's long-term innovation and competitiveness. We'll be keeping a close eye on how Microsoft navigates this transition. In other news, Prairie Provident Resources Inc.'s latest financial report reveals a complex landscape of operational performance and fiscal management. The company's focus on strategic growth and optimization of its portfolio is noteworthy, but it also faces challenges in managing its debt obligations and maintaining compliance with covenants under its debt agreements. Lastly, we're taking a closer look at the AI paradox, where hype meets reality. Despite the tremendous buzz surrounding artificial intelligence, its actual economic impact has been underwhelming. However, recent earnings reports from Alphabet and Microsoft suggest that big companies are finally figuring out how to harness the power of AI, with significant revenue gains driven by enterprise adoption. As we move forward, it's essential to separate hype from reality and monitor the situation closely. Will the AI paradox be resolved, giving way to a new era of technological-driven prosperity? We'll be exploring these questions and more throughout the day, providing you with in-depth analysis and expert commentary. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, NASA's Artemis program is making significant progress in its mission to return humans to the lunar surface by 2025. With private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin playing a crucial role in the development of new spacecraft and technologies, we're seeing a new era of collaboration between government agencies and private industry. In other news, SpaceX has unveiled its Starship V3 upgrades, which promise to take space travel to new heights. With enhanced propulsion systems, advanced life support technologies, and integrated Starlink internet connectivity, this next-generation spacecraft is poised to revolutionize the way we explore and understand our universe. Lastly, in the world of artificial intelligence, Raindrop's new open-source tool, Workshop, is empowering developers to debug and evaluate AI agents locally. This game-changing technology provides real-time telemetry, self-healing eval loops, and local debugging capabilities, making it an essential tool for any developer working with AI agents. These stories represent just a few examples of the incredible innovations happening in space exploration and artificial intelligence. As we continue to push the boundaries of what's possible, we're reminded of the importance of transparency, accountability, and collaboration in shaping the future of these technologies. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. We've seen some intriguing high-stakes wagers unfolding, including a bet on the San Antonio Spurs to win the NBA championship that could yield a payout of $920,000, and another on the Minnesota Timberwolves at odds of 101 that could net $2,010,000 if they win it all. In the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, there's significant interest in the Colorado Avalanche, with twice as much money wagered on them to win the championship compared to any other playoff contender. We've also witnessed remarkable turnarounds, such as the Cleveland Cavaliers' comeback against the Detroit Pistons, which has kept alive a long-shot bet placed at 2-1 odds. Our expert analysts are closely watching these developments and offering insights into upcoming games, including crucial matchups in both the NHL playoffs and MLB. The Las Vegas Golden Knights are on the verge of advancing to the Western Conference Final, while the Los Angeles Dodgers are favored against the San Francisco Giants. As we navigate this complex and captivating world of sports betting, it's essential to remember that unpredictability is inherent in these high-risk, high-reward propositions. We invite our listeners to share their thoughts on these wagers and join the conversation. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. I'm Charles. Firstly, we discussed the evolving landscape of remote versus in-office work, highlighting a study that shows working from home can lead to greater happiness and satisfaction for many workers, but also noting the importance of finding a balance that meets the needs of both employees and employers. We then reported on two tragic plane crashes, one in Akron, Ohio, where a small plane crashed into a residential home, resulting in the loss of life of 2 people on board, and another in a small town where a devastating crash left a community in shock. These stories remind us of the dignity of ordinary work, the beauty of everyday life, and the importance of tradition and community support in times of adversity. Lastly, we touched upon a positive note with the announcement of a partnership between the Frick Collection in New York and Louis Vuitton, showcasing how art and culture can bring people together. As we move forward, let's remember to appreciate the simple things that make a difference, especially in times of tragedy. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, get ready for more drama and romance with the upcoming Season 5 of Bridgerton on Netflix. The new season promises to bring fresh faces, complicated relationships, and plenty of wit. We've got all the juicy details, including new cast members and a bold step towards representation. Next, we're highlighting Sydney's vibrant cultural scene, where theater enthusiasts were treated to a poignant portrayal of love and loss in Romeo and Julie, while classical music lovers enjoyed outstanding performances by Czech quartet, Checkmate, and historical bassoonist Jane Gower. And finally, the 30th Annual Webby Awards celebrated creativity, innovation, and freedom of speech, with notable figures like Don Lemon and Tiffany Haddish sharing powerful messages about perseverance and determination. The event reminded us that even in challenging times, the power of creativity and free speech can inspire and uplift us. That's a quick wrap-up of our top stories for today. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we have an exciting story about 2 giant pandas arriving at a US zoo as part of a breeding program. Unfortunately, that article is not available today, so let's move on to our other stories. We've been following the developments in AI partnerships, where OpenAI and Apple are experiencing tension in their collaboration. It seems that OpenAI is disappointed with the limited integration of ChatGPT into the iOS ecosystem, and there are rumors of potential legal action. In other news, scientists have made a groundbreaking discovery in molecular biology, uncovering how cells can restart their translation processes after a period of dormancy. This finding has significant implications for our understanding of cellular behavior and its response to environmental stress. Lastly, we also had an article about giant pandas, but it's not available today. Instead, let's focus on the story of OpenAI and Apple, as well as the fascinating world of molecular biology. We'll be exploring these topics in more depth in future episodes. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.